びの時代は終わる。
Hi guys, I'm Bushfire here, back with another video, and today I'll be doing a new part of What If Deku Had All the Artorias Part 4. I hope you enjoy it. With that out of the way, let's begin the story. We last left off when Izuku finished doing the quirk assessment test, as well as Izuku introducing himself to the class. It was the next day, Izuku waking up with Artoria right beside him. He looked at Artoria's cute face and caressed her cheek, to which Artoria woke up and said, "Oh, good morning, good morning. What time is it?" "Good morning as well, Artoria. To answer your question, it's 6 a.m. "Oh, it's 6 a.m. then? Then let me sleep. Let me sleep more with you for 5 more minutes. As lovely as that sounds, we need to go to school, Artoria." "Fine. I forgot that you had to still go to school." After that interaction, they got dressed up and ate their breakfast, then went to school. It was just a normal school day for high school students. They were taught normal school subjects like science, mathematics, English, Japanese, etc. That went on for a week until it was Friday. Izuku heard some footsteps, or should I say running, outside his classroom, until a person burst into the classroom and said, "I am here!" Everyone in class were all shocked and said, "Whoa, so the rumors were true about All Might being a teacher in UA." Everybody started fanboying or fangirling about All Might, and one of the students say, "Wait, isn't that All Might's Silver Age costume?" Then everybody started to chatter amongst themselves. We go to Izuku's perspective. Izuku is just minding his own business, talking to Artoria. "So, Artoria, what do you think would likely happen today?" Giving an educated guess, I would say some pro-hero training, because the person in front of the class is one of the heroes that are in the top 10, I presume. True, that is true. I can see that from happening. Learning tips and tricks from the number one hero, that's really amazing. That is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Artoria, I have been wondering about something. As a hero, I need an alias or a hero name. So, what do you suggest that I use as a hero name? I don't know. Izuku, I'm not good at coming up with aliases, because back in my time, we used our born names. Or should you say, the names that were given to us by our parents as are essentially hero names in battle, like myself, back in my day, Arthur. However, if you ask me, I would suggest making a name based on your skills and reputation. Oh, okay. Thanks, Artoria, for the input at least. No problem, Izuku. I guess we should pay attention to what the teacher is saying? Yeah, sure. They stopped chatting and listened to what All Might is saying. As I was saying, welcome to the most important class that UA had. Think of it as Heroing 101. Here, you will learn the basics of being a pro and what it means to fight for good. Then let us get into it, but one of the keys to being a hero is looking good. Then, the wall came out with suitcases with numbers corresponding to your seat number. So hop to it and suit up, then go to Ground Beta. Everyone grabbed their suitcase associated or associating them with their seat number. While everyone grabbed their suitcase and went to change, Izuku was left there with Artoria, looking at his suitcase. While staring at his suitcase, Artoria asked him, "So Izuku, what is your hero costume? I didn't see it while you were designing it, so I'm quite curious." "Oh, huh. How about you wait with All Might in Ground Beta, and you will see what I look like in my hero costume, deal?" "Ah, sure, deal." With that, Artoria went to Ground Beta and waited for Izuku. A few minutes passed, and the students came in one by one, to which All Might said, "They say that clothes make the pros. You, ladies and gentlemen, and behold, you are the proof. Take this to heart. Now you are all heroes in training. You're getting me all ramped up. You look so cool. Now shall we get started, you bunch of newbies?" After All Might said that, one of the students raised their hand to say something to All Might, which All Might said, "Yes, Miss Yayorozu, what seems to be the problem?" "Sir, we are missing one student." Oh, I see. Let me see who's missing." All Might looked at his notebook to check who is the person missing until footsteps were heard in the tunnel, to which everyone looked inside the tunnel to know who was inside. The sound came closer and closer. The sound was like metal rubbing against each other, like a suit of armor or something. It went closer and closer until it was revealed to be Izuku Midoriya in knight's armor. By the way, picture on screen, that's what Izuku looks like. Artoria was shocked that Izuku chose to wear a medieval knight hero costume inspired from knights. Everyone started to comment about their costumes until All Might said, "With everyone here, we are going to begin hero training. Our hero training for today is heroes versus villains. However, it is within a building." One of the students raised their hands and asked, "Yes, you, what is your question?" "I'm Tanya, sir. Question, why is it in a building? Isn't it better for us to fight outside the building to prepare us for threats that come about outside in public?" "That is true, however, that is somewhat a false accusation, because there is literally trouble behind closed doors, or behind essentially the eyes of the public. There are, for example, drug dealing, back alley deals, assassination, yakuza, and so on. We as heroes need to combat this to essentially for us to be more prepared for any kind of situation that is given to us by the situation of villains. And that's the reason why. I see. Thank you, sir. Now let's begin the pairing. By the way, guys, the pairing is the same in canon. I'm not gonna change anything. So everybody did their normal routine, you could say, or their normal role. However, when it came to Izuku, Ochako, Azula's, Ida, and Katsuki, the problem with that is, one of the students, while Izuku and Ochako were warming up for, to fight against Katsuki and Ida, one of the students asked that, isn't it a little bit of a disadvantage for the villains? To which All Might just says that, no, to be fair, in any kind of situation, or as heroes, we are needed to be prepared for any kind of situation, even if it's a disadvantage for us. this is going to reflect why I chose this kind of pairing, even though it would be fair, or even more fair, for young Midoriya to just be by himself with his quirk. However, that would be unfair in some way, shape, or form, because in reality, this is a pairing. As I said before, this is a pairing. We as students, we teachers prepare you guys for the real world to essentially be good heroes or future heroes in the future. And this exercise essentially gives you the ability to adapt to any kind of situation, even if it's you have to team up with someone you don't know. To which everyone agreed/disagree. One of the students continued saying, "But isn't it unfair for the villains? They are essentially against 3-on-2. Isn't it unfair?" To which All Might said again, "It is about in real life, nothing is fair. Nothing is truly fair, and as heroes, or as people that we protect as heroes, need to know that we essentially are the boundary, or the person that they can rely on to insinuate justice, to make it more not even per se, but more even than it was before, because life isn't fair." And yeah, to which All Might says that, "Well, heroes, you may come in." To which Izuku and Ochako, while walking inside the building, Izuku memorized the layout of the building just in case, and wondered where they are going to be. To which Izuku just says that, where are they going to be? It's gonna be weird. To which Ochako just asked that of Izuku that, "So, why did you pick being a knight? Being a knight, yeah. Being a knight, I guess." To which Izuku says, "Well, I'm kind of fascinated about being a knight. Do you know the legend of, or the story of King Arthur?" "No, I don't." "Oh, well, the story essentially is a boy named Arthur." To which Artoria just looks at Izuku real quick, essentially looking at Izuku about him telling the story of King Arthur. To which Izuku continues saying that the story is about a boy named Arthur that essentially was one of a civilian or citizen from a family, and a wizard one day came into the village and essentially made it to where that he was going to be, chosen, quote unquote, chosen to become a king. However, there was a trial that if you pull out the sword, you will become king. A lot of people were lining up to become king because it was a new life for them. And yeah, essentially when it became Arthur's turn, he pulled out the sword out of the stone, or you could say Caliburn. What was the sword called? It was Caliburn. Sorry for my phrasing, by the way. Yeah, and essentially it essentially was the story of them becoming a great knight and ruler, and forming the Knights of the Round Table, meaning that King Arthur was a knight of his country, which was Britain. And that's why I'm very, very fascinated of the thought of knighthood. To which Ochako was very, very fascinated about this. And I say, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't be fascinated about the story of King Arthur, to be fair? But the time was cut short by Katsuki Bakugo with an explosion. Izuku managed to save Ochako by putting his body against the explosion for her not to be injured. Look, but at the cost of Izuku injuring himself. Ochako was really, really surprised and confused and wondered what happened until she saw Katsuki and him having this villainous look in his face. To which Ochako looked to what happened to Izuku, to which she saw what the position was in. She was essentially being shielded by Izuku, which she blushed at their position. Or you could say their current predicament. However, Izuku says, okay, that kind of hurt, but luckily this armor is really good. To which Ochako was concerned about Izuku and asked, Midoriya-kun, are you alright? To which Izuku says that, yeah, I'm alright. It's nothing. As a hero, I need to go through my injuries to save people, even if it cost my life. And essentially, that's the code of a hero, to be fair. So, yeah. To which Izuku said, Artoria! To which Artoria, with a beaming light, was summoned. To which Artoria just says, did you call, Izuku? Yes, I called. Artoria, can you give me Avalon for a second? To which Artoria just, sure. And Izuku was given Avalon. To which Artoria was a little bit confused because he doesn't really know. He didn't essentially teach Izuku about Avalon and stuff. To which Izuku said that if you're wondering how I learned about Avalon, let's just say I knew someone from a dream. He has white hair, if I presume. He essentially said about Avalon or the scabbard that shielded you could say Excalibur, I think. So that's the reason why you're wondering, is Artoria. To which Artoria just says, Merlin. Okay, you got to tell me this later, but with the situation right now, I need to essentially help you this time, Izuku. I'm gonna fight for you, huh? Okay? To which Izuku just, that's fine. I'm gonna fight by your side. And Ochako, you need to go to the bomb. You have to find it and tell me its location. Or if you can, defuse it if you can, okay? I'm counting on you. To which Ochako says, Hi! And starts to look for the bomb. To which Izuku was still a little bit injured and was healing with the Avalon. To which Izuku just says to Artoria, fight him until I recover, okay? To which Artoria just says, okay then. To which Artoria started to fight Katsuki. Katsuki essentially was a little bit was surprised that Izuku was letting a girl fight for him. To which Katsuki just says, Deku, why are you letting a girl fight for you? To which Artoria was a little bit offended about this. To which Artoria just says that, so what's it to you that you're fighting a girl? What is it to you? Oh, I just think that you're not strong enough. To which Katsuki dug his own grave, let's just say that. To which Artoria just said, excuse me? What are you talking about, man? Sorry about that, but essentially, Artoria was wondering what is Katsuki talking about? Because Katsuki was threatened by Artoria before, and the essentially the quirk apprentice and was wondering why to it why are you like this? Can't you remember what happened to you? Essentially like that, and to which Artoria was pissed off even more because of this, and started to fight Katsuki with just hand to hand, nothing more, nothing less. If I might be wondering, how does Artoria know how to fight hand to hand? Because even though she is a knight, let's just say that in the time that she was helping Izuku essentially helped Artoria to essentially mold her fighting style a little bit more better. Even though, yeah, she's a saber and stuff like that. How Izuku managed to convey to Artoria that don't just stick to one arsenal that you can do. Stick to multiple if you can. To which Artoria actually learned martial arts. Which she learned the way of this. Essentially, the way of no sword, or more on the lines of karate. Or you get karate, and a little bit of Muay Thai. To which Izuku learned a lot of fighting styles because of this, and actually teached Artoria about this, and Artoria learning a lot about this. To which, while Katsuki was being, demolished by Artoria, Izuku was finished healing and said to Artoria, "Artoria, come here now." To which Artoria, after beating on Bakugo, went to Izuku and said that, "So you finished healing now, Izuku?" To which Izuku just says, "Yeah." "Let me take on Katsuki. You have done enough." To which Artoria just said, "Sure, but I'm still gonna be here if anything shady happens." To which Izuku just, "Sure." And Izuku looked at Katsuki doing a fight, getting ready to do something, and rushes at Izuku. To which Izuku managed to, to dodge, essentially doing a Baki move, like what Baki did in the anime dodging, and essentially him doing some Muay Thai action. And you all might be wondering, why didn't Izuku use Excalibur of Life? The reason for that, Izuku doesn't want to use it. Not cannot. He can use it, but he doesn't want to, because the power that Excalibur of Life has is needed for situations that need the sword, essentially. And because this is the training, Izuku just uses his bare hands to fight Katsuki. To which Katsuki just let's just says to Izuku that he's weak, that he lets the girl fight for him, and him not using his full strength. To which Izuku just wasn't pissed off, to be fair. He just did what he usually did to people that, look down on people, that just look down on people in general, and starts to do complex moves around Katsuki. He essentially did some combos of fighting, of kicks and punches, to which Katsuki was a little bit shocked and was about to be defeated until he said, "You start to piss me off, Deku. Luckily I've gained a lot of sweat. The fun thing about this gauntlet that I have, it stores my sweat. And being a hero nerd that you are, you know what that means." To which Izuku just widens his eyes and says, "Don't!" To which Katsuki points his two gauntlets at Izuku and pulls the trigger, releasing a massive explosion. To which Artoria manages to block it in time, and essentially Izuku coming out unscathed and the building shaking up. While there were smoke in the air, Izuku went to Katsuki and essentially knocked him out with a punch to the jaw and knocking him out. While when the smoke clears, All Might sees Izuku triumphant against Katsuki while Katsuki laying on the ground. To which All Might just says that uh he Katsuki Bakugo has been eliminated. To which Izuku hears on his comms that Ochako found the the bomb area. To which Izuku just went to where Ochako is and started to communicate with her how to do it. To which they come up with a plan of Izuku would be the distraction and Ochako would be the one that was going to touch the bomb. To which Izuku bursts into the door and says that so you're the villain responsible for this. To which Ida started to do his typical maniacal Ida laugh and essentially starts to fight Izuku. Using a reciprocal burst and stuff like that, which was so, and I do mean so powerful, that, well, not really so powerful, it essentially cracked the wall, to which Izuku dodges luckily, and essentially does a kick as well, to which let's just say Ida felt the urge to dodge this because the kick feels like if you watched Record of Ragnarok, do you know the kick of Zeus, Divine Axe? Essentially, it's the same kick that Zeus from Record of Ragnarok has, and that's the reason why Ida dodged it, luckily. To which it hit a pillar. Not really a pillar, but more of a stone there, just laying around, and it shatters into pieces. To which Ida didn't falter because of this, because Ida had to retain his image as a villain, and he starts to fight Izuku until in the intercoms, All Might said that hero team wins. To which Ida was a little bit confused and looked back to see that Ochako grabbed the bomb and signaling that the hero team won. To which Izuku said that you did great, Ida. Well done. You did magnificent as well, Midoriya. You were a great example of being a hero. To which, yeah, essentially after that, they grabbed Katsuki to the infirmary room just in case if he had injuries. Recovery Girl looked at Izuku's injuries if there were any, to which luckily there weren't. And Izuku was a little bit worried for Artoria because of it. Because Izuku left Artoria to essentially look after Katsuki, just looking after him if he ever, moves, in case the plan would be a fail. To which Izuku asks Artoria, are you alright? Does anything hurt? Essentially being a boyfriend that is caring and essentially a protective boyfriend wondering for his girlfriend's safety. To which, after that, the day ends and essentially Bakugo was pissed off because of this, because Izuku was powerful than him. And Katsuki says to Izuku that this will never happen again. I promise you that, Deku. To which Izuku just says, I will be waiting for that. To which Izuku went home and essentially had fun eating with Artoria. To which Artoria still ate a lot of food, and luckily Izuku was rich and stuff like that, having more time and having more time, Izuku did just say what's it called again? Stock. You could say, yeah, stock broking and stuff like that, and essentially made more money and stuff like that. So yeah, and essentially he recalls what happened today and was really really shocked that that Katsuki would um would go to that situation, or go to that trigger to pull out the pins to essentially to quote unquote kill Izuku. To which Izuku just said that I can't really know what Katsuki's thinking now. To which Artoria comes into the door and says that you don't have to think of it, Izuku. Remember, as a gentleman and as a knight, even if a person is your worst enemy, still help them, okay? To which Izuku just says, yes, I am sure. But yeah, I'm still worried about him, of why he did those things to me, essentially bullying me. To which Artoria continues saying that it's not for you to decide. To be fair, it will be revealed in the future, or he will say it himself to why. To which they both went to bed and cuddled. And with that, I'm gonna be ending off the story. I really hope you enjoy. Sorry for not sorry for the skip of days. I had to essentially take a little bit of a break, just to rest, just a little bit of rest, to be fair, and that's it. I really hope you enjoy. Like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys later. Bye.